All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to our New Year Nourishment, Restore the True You. Still just letting a few people in here. And I just want to say thank you for making the time to be here. And if somebody invited you, it's because they really deeply care about you. My name is Rita Fleming, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm really excited to be your host alongside Lindsay Scott and Lindsay Hartnett. And we wanted to come together because it's been a challenging few years for many people, whether that's in our health or our mental health or our finances or our relationships. And go ahead and just drop a 1 if you've experienced a growth edge in any of these areas in your life in the last few years. Yeah, seeing lots of 1s, and me too. And that's why we wanted to create this container, this New Year transformation container, where we can come together in meaningful relationships and we can share tools to help people find a positive path forward, and as well to be held accountable to our own greatness and celebrate wins and breakthroughs as a community. And with our New Year Nourishment program, we've helped thousands of people to feel more energy, to sleep better, to decrease their stress, to balance their mood and their hormones, and to improve their quality of life. And in this container, I'm just letting a few more people in. In this container, we're also going to be supporting establishing healthy boundaries, healthy daily habits, and supporting the foundational pillars of health, which includes meaningful relationships, nature and sunshine, exercise, nutrient-dense foods, deep sleep, stress reduction, supporting your organs of elimination, less exposure to toxins, and as well meaningful self-expression. And I got into regenerative health because I had tried every solution I could find for over 10 years to try and get out of chronic pain that I had as a result of a near-death car accident, but I didn't have success until I learned about regenerative principles, which taught me how to get out of chronic pain, taught me how to transform stress and trauma. And this transformation program we're going to be speaking about today gave me the missing links to really come home to myself and reclaim a quality of life and a level of athleticism that I hadn't felt since high school. So I'm really excited to dive into this program and see what it can do for you. And I want to pass it to Lindsay Scott to share a little bit more.
Thanks, Rita. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I'm just so happy to be here to share some of this stuff as we talk about nourishing our nervous system and doing all the things that we can to work with stress. So I'm sure everybody at some point in their lives, maybe even today, deals with stress, right? So just drop a 2 if stress impacts your life in any way, shape, or form. I'm guessing, yeah, exactly. Most of us. So 33% of the population actually has extreme stress, and 77% of the people experience stress that affects their health. And if this is relatable, you're not alone. And I am just so happy to find that there's lots of solutions that we can do when we start to make not only better food choices, but work on our mindset, right? Like, everything kind of comes together as this beautiful lifestyle. And that's why I've really been so happy to find this community and work collaboratively, supporting people in their health journey on so many levels. Because 73% of people also report having stress that impacts mental health. So it's not just a physical health problem, but it affects our mood. And part of that is that we have our really important adrenal glands. We each have 2 adrenal glands. They sit right on top of our kidneys, and they're quite possibly the most important glands in our body outside of our pituitary gland, which is our master gland. And they're super important because every day they're producing neurotransmitters. And neurotransmitters are essential for our brain and our nerve function. And this affects our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous system. So you don't need to know everything about this. I'm just trying to give a little background about how stress really impacts the body. And so all of our tissues are then impacted because of the health of our adrenals. And so we want to help support people in choosing not only what we put into our bodies in terms of food and nourishment, physically, in that alkaline sense, but also flooding the body with lots of organic, nourishing. We'll get into some of our products in just a bit, but also in our mindset, right? Like our thoughts and our job and what we choose, how we choose to show up every day, and our relationship with not only ourselves but the people in the world around us, and how we are able to handle the stress. So, because otherwise, that huge stress is going to lead to emotional distress and increased tension and inflammation, and we're just going to like get more and more and more inflamed, and that's going to affect our mood and problems in our relationships. And that's what was happening to me as a mom. So I was tired all the time. I was stressed about finding easy solutions to put into my body that were really going to be fueling me. And so since I have added in these period products, I have more energy, I have better sleep, and a lot of it is because I was really struggling with my digestive system. And so when I took out, when my body was able to actually digest food well, and I wasn't bloated all the time, and then I had better digestion, I just felt better, and I wanted to go outside, and I wanted to play with my kids before I was like really tired. And so this has really just become now a lifestyle for me. So, and it really weaves in everything. And at first I was like, oh, I just have to deal with these physical ailments. And it didn't take long to peel back the layers and see, oh no, this is much deeper. This is like nervous system health. This is my mood and my regulation of those neurotransmitters that, live deep inside. It's my immune system. And I've come a long way with all of those things, and I'm excited to just keep going. So I'm happy to share this all with you. So thanks for being here.
Thanks, Lindsay. I love listening to just the nuts and bolts about what's going on inside our bodies. It's so fascinating and such a mystery that I'm slowly uncovering. Thanks to this great community. I came into all of this through my passion, my nerdiness for health food. That all began 20 years ago when I moved to Colorado. I've been out here my whole adult life, and in order to live in a mountain town, you kind of have to just work every job that comes your way, whatever works. And I was really lucky to get a job at the health food store, and I learned so much about natural food and holistic living. And I kept working at health food stores. There were two in the valley that I lived in the Gunnison Valley. And I worked at both of them. And I loved working there because I learned so much and by helping people. But the downside was I was not making very much money doing that. I actually went into debt pretty big for working minimum wage for so long. But I did get to try all of the things. And I was always so curious about the next greatest and best superfoods and products. And once I left there, I went and worked for this amazing family that actually ended up starting their own natural food brand that blew up overnight. And I got front row seats to that. I actually ended up working for them for 5 years and was fully in the hustle and grind. And I had a baby in that time as well. So I went through so many changes. And one day I woke up in a hotel room, and I don't even remember what city. I didn't know what city I was in. And it's like, ooh, this isn't what I want to do. I want to be home with my little. So I quit my job, not having any idea what was going on. I was fried. I couldn't open my computer for 3 months. I slept 16 hours a night for so long, and I couldn't I was just getting by at that point. And luckily, this program came along for me in that time. And it was like an immediate change. I had never felt so nourished before. And I had tried so many things, and I had like a great basis to compare it to. It was like our green drink that we have. It doesn't taste like a swamp. It's actually delicious. My little loves it. And I think children are great testimonies. Any of you in here that have children that love our power shake, go ahead and drop a 3 in here. And the difference with this is our superfoods are grown in 90 feet of topsoil. So all of the food is coming from nourished soil. And that's, as far as I know, there's no other company doing anything like that. And you can taste and feel the difference. So now, besides just nourishment, I was also sleeping deeply, restfully. I didn't have to be in bed for 16 hours. I got my solid 8 hours and felt fantastic. And we have our tart cherry juice. Actually, have them all up here. But our tart cherry juice is grown, it's all organic, also grown in regenerative practices. And tart cherry, not only is it helping our kidneys filter, but it's a natural precursor for melatonin. So sometimes I like to do a little heavy dose of the pata cherry, and it gives you crazy dreams. It's so fun. And then the other piece that really was a game changer for me was I started remembering things. I was like, oh, I didn't even write that down, and I remembered it. I thought my memory was just going because, mom brain is a thing that happens, and it was pregnancy brain, and then became mom brain, and then was like, oh, this is just how it is, I guess. And after I started removing some of these stored toxins out of my body, I was blown away by the things I was recalling, like memories from my childhood. I'd tell a story and like, I haven't thought about that in 25 years, So kind of this whole culmination of products, they've all been formulated intentionally for many years in order to give us this feeling of whole health. I will say one thing that sets it aside, but a second thing that sets it aside, in a lot of people like to think of it as a cleanse, but it's more of just a deep sense of nourishment. And you can treat it as a cleanse if that's what you're going for. But if you just want to vibe high and take your health to the next level and get that satiated feeling, we can just incorporate this stuff into our lifestyle, into our daily routines. I've never seen anything like our amino complex. And this is kind of, as an athlete, that's also my, I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm a big mountain mama. That's why I live here and why I've worked all the jobs to stay out here. But our amino complex, it's all plant-based. It's pre-digested. As soon as it goes into your stomach, it starts to break down and go into your bloodstream. In 23 minutes, you're already building protein. And I used to live by, get home from an activity and slam a half a jar of peanut butter to think I needed to rebuild my protein. And this is like next level. Recovery time is amazing. I'm not sore for a very long time, and it just, I feel sustained. So that's kind of the baseline of our products in our program. And I'm going to pass it back to Rita to let y'all know a little bit more about our support.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Your story always inspires me. And I remember when Lindsay first started on her superfoods, she called me and she was like, oh my God, I've been passing all of these amazing athletes on my bike. I can't even believe it. What's happening? It's just been awesome to see you thriving and so vibrant. And thanks for going through the foundational pillars of our program. So you have nutrient dense foods that are flooding your body, flooding your cells. And then you have gut support that's going to help you with your absorption and also detox glyphosate out. So that's huge. And that really helps with your mood. You have a tart cherry juice that helps you with sleep. and helps you to produce that melatonin. You have those aminos that Lindsay was talking about for that rebuilding and that strengthening. And we also have some amazing immune support as well. So those are our foundations, and that's a 30-day program. It's delivered straight to your door, and you get all of that, which is amazing. So if you're wanting to get started and learn more about this, you connect with the person that invited you here, and what you'll receive is a 25% discount on your program. You'll receive 30, 60, or 90 days of the highest quality, the highest purity and potency of nutrient-dense foods that are shipped to your door. And again, that's going to really support your mental, physical, and emotional vitality. And like Lindsay was sharing, the way that it's grown and harvested and when dehydrated is just next level. And we're not getting those nutrients at the grocery store due to chemical agriculture and the way that, fast farming is happening today. So I know 3 days into the program, I just felt the lights come on in my body, and I felt like I was finally not missing something really important. And I was eating super healthy, and I had access to herbs and all of these wonderful organic foods. And I was still really depleted and missing these vital micronutrients. And so that's what we're really replenishing. And you also have a money back guarantee. So if you're not 100% satisfied, there's a 60-day money back guarantee. We have a Telegram community support feed, a goal tracking system, weekly Wednesday support calls. There's going to be 3 special workshops on the foundational pillars of health, and I went over those at the beginning of the call. And you'll also get one-on-one support from the person that invited you here. And so Lindsay, Scott, I'll let you share if there's anything else that you wanted to add in there. And then Lindsay, Shower, if there's anything else that you wanted to add.
Yeah, I just can't stress the amount of support that has been so beneficial for me. When I first was doing this, I would just hop on the call sometimes without even a question, just to listen in, because I think relating to other people that are also wanting to shift their lifestyle, their mood, whatever it is. And so that's where I really began to learn about the systems of the body more. And it got me more and more interested. And then it led me down the path to regenerative health. But whether you want to go there or not, the amount of support. So there's a free app that's available, and then there's recipes, and then there's just a lot of new language that I picked up along the way. And it's helped me to, again, formulate more of a mind shift in my daily routine, where I can see things like stress as like, oh, that's like acidic, that's heavy, that's like also going to slow down my digestion or make me feel like I've got that inflammation inside. And I was able to shift the whole thing. So I can't stress enough about the support that goes along with this. So that's one thing that I always highlight. And now I am supporting people because it's kind of too good not to share. Because as a mom, I like that it's convenient and it's easy. And like Lindsay was saying, you can just add this in. Like, it doesn't have to be like a full cleanse where you're like eliminating everything and feeling stressed. Like, it's the opposite. It's like, let's make this easy for you. And then, over 30 days, if you want to choose to go on 60 days, if you want to go on 90 days, and then there's maintenance programs after that. So I have been doing this, so it'll be almost 2 years in March, and I'm not looking to stop anytime soon. Thanks.
I did want to just add, because this was so important to me, is all of the packaging is home compostable. And nowadays, like, I own a small business, and it's incredibly hard to source your packaging responsibly. And they created their own. They care so deeply. Like, the roots of all of this stuff is like it's all about just wellness in every way. And I, as someone who looks at every product around that exists, I won't stop promoting this because I believe so strongly in it in every area.
Amazing. Thank you, Lindsay. So we have a few different kits that are available that Lindsay shared about the foundations of, and one is our ULT Plus Performance, and that has all those foundational pillars supporting your gut, your mood, your sleep, your deep nourishment, your rebuilding, and it has amazing support for athletes, including energy drink, like pre-workout, post-workout recovery. So if you're really wanting to increase your strength or your athleticism, that's a great option. We have our foundational pack that Lindsay talked about. And then we have our ULT Plus Immune, and that has amazing immune support. It has whole food, vitamin D, C, E, and A. And those are all things that we're all very much deficient in. And it's very hard to find those things in whole food sources. So that comes with that pack. We also have a ULT Plus collagen support pack, which is amazing. It has our new dark berry formulation, and that has all of the micronutrients and minerals and vitamins and proteins that help your body to produce collagen and support your healthy hair and healthy hair growth. So those are a few of the options, and you can connect in with the person that invited you, and they will help you figure out what is the best for you based on your goals. And I'm going to announce the winner because I forgot to announce this at the beginning of the call, but we are going to be giving away one of our sampler packs. And so we at random picked one of you who are here, and you had to be present to win. But I also wanted to mention that there is an opportunity to become a brand affiliate and pay for your products and make a part-time or a full-time income if that's something that you're into. Again, just connect with the person that invited you. And the winner today, again, this was randomly selected, is Catherine Peacock. So congratulations, Catherine. We will be sending you that support pack, that gift pack.
Wow.
Amazing samples of a lot of what we talked about tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. And thank you everyone so much for coming. If you know of somebody that this could support, please share this with them. We will be sending out the replay, but we'd love to help as many people as possible to feel as good as possible. And again, this was such a missing link in my life when I thought I had all my bases covered. So I'm really excited for you all to get to experience this and connect in with any questions whatsoever. And I hope you all have a beautiful evening.